Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Within Warzone right now, obviously we've got a lot of specific customization options. Because of all the carry forward content from MW2, we have the most camos we've ever had available in a Warzone game to date. Just over 800, which is pretty ridiculous between all modes and all potential unlocks. With that, today I wanted to focus on a handful of the absolute rarest camos you can currently get in Warzone and exactly how to get them. Now, there is a distinct difference between the camos you're able to unlock in certain rare blueprints. We're obviously just focused on the camos here today. There are things though, like the various nuke blueprints and reward blueprints from previous seasons of Warzone that are also up there for sure. But in terms of camos, there's actually quite a few that you can currently unlock right now that are pretty rare. There's also some that you might see in game that are no longer accessible, and you know that player's got something special. So as we get into it, if you enjoy the video, do me a favor, drop a like on it. It would be really appreciated. And if you're new here, you want to guarantee that every single day you are up to date with all things going on between MW3 and Warzone, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. But our first ones here, our first couple of rare camos are a bit more obvious, and curiously enough, they're at their rarest point right now, and over time they're actually going to become less rare, which is like the inverse of the majority of the other options here on the list today. But these are the new Mastery Camos for MW2 and MW3. So the first one being Interstellar. This is obviously the multiplayer Mastery Camo for Modern Warfare 3. So if you go through, you unlock Gold or Gilded, you unlock Forged, you unlock Priceless on, I think it's what, 36 base weapons now. You don't have to do every weapon in the game, it's just 36, so you can mix and match with some of the new DLC guns and end up replacing some of the base weapons if you want. If you get all those done on every single of those base weapons, all 36 there, you'll be able to go through and get Interstellar. And honestly, I love the look of this. It looks especially good in some of the dimly lit areas, like when you're inside the elevator shafts or stuff like that. It's a really cool looking camo and definitely one of the more rare ones right now. On the flip side, for zombies, there's actually two alternatives here that are equally as rare. Borealis is going to be for the Modern Warfare 3 guns as well, so it's basically the same deal as multiplayer. Those 36 base weapons you go through, you get all the camos unlocked, every single one of those mastery ones for all 36 of those. You'll end up getting Borealis. This personally is what I think the best looking mastery camo is for this year. I really like the look of like the whole galaxy theme going on there with the blue and the green. I think it's super clean. And then MW2 weapons actually got a specific mastery camo just for zombies this year. Obviously, Orion is available for multiplayer still if you want to go through and unlock that, but multiplayer didn't see a new MW3 camo grind for MW2 guns. It was just zombies. And the max reward here is going to be Bioluminescent. Now, obviously, there's a lot more MW2 guns than MW3 guns, so getting Bioluminescent certainly takes a few extra games, and by a few I mean quite a bit of extra play time there. Definitely is a longer grind, and in turn probably makes Bioluminescent the most rare of these three, but all of them being mastery camos do require quite the commitment to go through and actually unlock. So if you do see players running around at those in game, you know they've put in plenty of play time so far. But like I said, the remainder of the rare camos in this video are actually getting more rare as time goes on, unlike those first three. So this next one here, probably the strangest, unlocked camo that we maybe have ever seen. It's Royalty Tiger. It's this bright pink and gold tiger stripe camo, and we've actually posted a video on this on the channel back when it first became available. The way that you unlocked this was by buying a fanny pack or a sling bag on the official Call of Duty store. Not in-game on the store, but the actual real-life Call of Duty store. I now have a fanny pack that I don't know if I'll ever wear, but I have this camo, and it costs $60 plus shipping and handling to get this camo. Now, I won't lie, it's absolutely not worth the money, but it is one of the rarest camos out there because those sling bags sold out in like 12 hours. They were live and then they weren't as soon as people found out that this camo was available through that. I think I've seen eBay posts of people trying to sell codes for this camo for like hundreds of dollars. Absolute scam. So not worth it, but it is one of the rarest camos now because it's basically no longer accessible unless you're paying an absurd amount of money to get the code for it, and even then you're hoping that that person's not just straight up scamming you for it. Next up, this is one that again is no longer available, and it is the Ghoulie camo, one of my favorite camos in the game as well. And this was obviously unlocked last year during the Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 haunting event. You had to get 1,000 souls during this event around Halloween to actually redeem this, which took a decent amount of grinding in game. Whether you were playing multiplayer or Warzone, 1,000 souls certainly took some time, and it was only live for like 2 weeks. So if you didn't get this camo during the event, it's no longer accessible ever again, hence why it's one of the rarest in the game right now. This next camo was actually just available a few weeks back, but now is no longer available, and that is the Golden River Camo. This was actually the preseason weekly challenge reward. We had 4 weeks of the MW3 preseason from launch leading up to season 1, and if you went through and got the weekly rewards and weekly challenge rewards for all 4 of those weeks, you got the Golden River Camo. This is a slightly animated camo, sort of blue and yellow and orange. I think it's pretty clean, honestly, and again, really stands out in some of those dimly lit areas, which is a cool feature of the various camos this year. But being that it was a preseason reward, obviously we're no longer in the preseason, so it ends up being one of the more rare options there. Hey everyone, it is of course the holiday season, and if you're looking for the perfect gift this year, look no further than Gamer Advantage. This is the gift that keeps on giving, not to be confused with the Jelly of the Month Club, although that's pretty solid as well. Gamer Advantage is where it's at. Of course, you guys see me wearing the frames in every single face cam video. They are without a doubt the most important part of my day-to-day setup, because I'm obviously looking at screens all day long, and if you are as well, whether it be gaming, working, doing school, whatever the case is, these are game changers. They're going to help you sleep better at night, reduce headaches and eye strain, and all month long, everything on the GA site is discounted by 25%, and code Immortal stacks on top of that for a 35% off discount for all of December. So quite literally the perfect time to pick up a pair, whether it be for yourself or some friends or some family for the holidays. If you're interested, the link will be down in the description below. Another event-based camo that we have here is actually the Makarov camo. Personally, I don't really think this camo looks all that crazy. It's definitely not as fluorescent or flashy as some of the other options, but this was only available for a week during the Makarov event that was live in MW3 a few weeks back. Actually, you had to go through and complete various challenges for this. Once you completed all of them, you ended up getting this camo reward. It is a universal camo, but like I said, it's not really all that crazy. And then just after the Makarov event ended, we got the 141 Training Week event, which also had a sort of Mastery Camo reward, this time in the form of the Soft Target Camo, which definitely is not that great looking either. This one is not really even animated. It's kind of bland, a little bit flat compared to some of the other ones on this list for sure. But again, since it was only available through a weekly event and it's not that week anymore, we don't have the option to unlock this one. So if you have it, that's awesome. You're not going to be able to earn this one again, presumably. Currently though, right now, we do have one event camo that is up for grabs, and this is through the Season 1 weekly challenges, and this is known as the Coherence camo. Quite frankly, probably the worst looking camo on this list, at least in my opinion, and we don't actually have access to this one yet. We're gonna have to wait until further on into Season 1 once we can complete all the weekly challenges to actually get this, but this will be the max reward for doing these Season 1 weekly challenges. As of right now, it's not animated, it's really not anything all that crazy, but it's only going to be live during Season 1 presumably, so you might want to focus on those weekly challenges if you're interested in this camo, or straight up just the aftermarket parts and whatnot that become available through those weekly challenges as well. And then lastly here, this is kind of an interesting one, but I wanted to include it on the list, especially because we just saw the new CDL bundles drop. This is the OG CDL camo from the first CDL bundle in MW2. So obviously this is another carry forward camo similar to Ghoulie, but this was the base CDL camo, the black and white camo that was available right when the CDL season kicked off in 2022 for Modern Warfare 2. And then obviously they dropped all of the team bundles, which definitely have more standout like camos, much brighter colors, different patterns and whatnot. So this one is a little bit more bland compared to those, but it's also the oldest and hence probably the rarest, since it didn't really stand out much compared to the other options that became available over time. So yeah, as of now, those are some of the rarest camos currently in Warzone, some being available, some no longer being available. Let me know down in the comments below how many of these you have. With that being said, that's gonna wrap things up. If you enjoyed the video, do me a favor, drop a like on it, and if you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button on your way out so you can always stay up to date with all things going on in COD. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.